Name is Chris Palmer with chrispalmer.org. In today's local SEO video, what I'd like to go ahead and answer for you is a question that I often receive related to Google Maps and Maps embeds of your Google business profile. So what I want to share with you is which map to use, which map shouldn't you use, and then how do you go about getting those particular maps to embed. Maybe I'll even walk you through how to embed it into your WordPress site. So I don't want to waste any time. Let's go ahead and get directly into it. But before I do, I want to point to chrispalmer.org. If you have not already taken the time to check out chrispalmer.org, please go ahead and do so. And if you have a little bit more time to spare, check out the SEO mastermind.org. So I don't want to talk anymore. Let's get directly into the tips here. Enough about me. So first and foremost, I get asked about Google Maps quite often. All right. Now, I want to point out which maps you should be using and which maps you should not be using. Now, back when you used to be able to have a free Google website with your Google business profile, and I know there's still ways to get them, but they would give them to you automatically. Google used to have an embed inside of every single site. In fact, it was at the very bottom, and this was called the directional map. Now, in my opinion, there should only be two maps that you should be utilizing, and the directional map is one of them. Let me go ahead and share with you how to get to the directional map and which one to use. Now, let's just say, for instance, that you're my friend at Alligator Pools. All right. Now, I've shown this site numerous times before. The owner does pools. He's been in business forever, and he doesn't mind if I show his particular business, right? So let's say that you're Alligator Pools, and Alligator Pools is located here, all right, in Torrance, Miami. Now, you're at Alligator Pools. Now, you want to put a directional embed into your website. Now, how do you go about gathering this? Let me go ahead and share with you how to do this. So this is what is recommended, a directional map. Now, there's two directional maps that you can get. You can do a Miami to, one second. So Miami to Alligator Pools. Okay, just like this. Now, this here is called the desktop, or whatever you would like to call it. I call it the desktop directional map. But if you head over here to maps, and you can go ahead and get Miami to Alligator Pools. You'll come up here to these three dots, or also known as the hamburger menu. You'll then click on the embed map, and you'll click embed map. And this right here is a directional map from location to your actual business. See this here? This iframe, this is the map embed. Now, I want to share with you, that's the first map. Now, I want to share with you why this or how this could be very important for you. Let's say your business is in Miami, but maybe your business is in Kendall, right? Or maybe you want to service people in Miami, or you want to service people in Kendall, right? So here's Kendall, here's Doral, here's Hialeah, I might pronounce this wrong, North Miami. You see that maps listing that was on the Google business profile, it used to be blank, right? Now, when you have your location pages, you'll want to have Miami to Florida, right? Or maybe you would want to do, or Miami to Alligator Pools. And I'm just using Alligator Pools as the example, but let's say this is your business. When you're on a location page, you want to go location to your business. So you could switch this to Kendall, Florida, right, to Alligator Pools. But when you're on your home page, you want people to be able to get to the directional map, but not from a specific location. It will be based upon where they are at. What you want to do is you want to erase the location. And this embed right here is the one that used to be on the Google Business Profile free website. It was the directional map without a starting point, because the starting point is wherever your customer is. So just to reiterate, you get this particular map without a starting point for your homepage. And for your location pages, the starting point is whatever location to your business. And then this is how you will go about gathering it up. Now, how do you add it to your site? Very easy. Depending on your builder, depending on the type of site, what you'll do is you'll gather this embed. You'll go over to your listing. All right. Now I'm just going to share with you this just like this. All right. You're on your pages. Now, I don't know what kind of builder you have, but let's just say it's a regular builder. All you'll do is you'll just click on edit. All right. I don't know what kind, again, I don't know what kind of builder you have. Okay. I have no idea. But all you need to do is whether you're using a widget or whether you're using a builder, you'll come into your WordPress website. You'll add a section or however you're doing it. Let's just say we're doing it this way. I do it like this, and you'll add the embed to your page. See how this is blank to the location? So whatever your starting point to the location. All right. These are the two maps that I recommend. Now, this is how I recommend it for your location pages and then for your home page. Now, let's talk about gathering up these embeds and the differences and why to use one over another, or perhaps the differences, okay? Because I want to also share this, all right? I also want to share this piece of information with you. Now, when sharing information, I should say it's not a map, nothing to do with embeds. It's about sharing. Okay. I want to point this out because this is massively important. Now, let's just say that your business is alligator pools. Okay. If you are linking, all right, or sharing, more so linking to your business. Okay. You never want to use a dynamic link. You want to use a static link, because I get this question a lot. Should I have an embed on my page? And which embed do I use? How do I get to it? I've answered that. Now, what about linking to your page or sharing your page, right, from your website? Which link do you use? You never want to use a dynamic link or a link that changes. All right. Now, here's what I mean by this. If I were to come inside of here, okay, and I go over here to, let's say, map here, it doesn't matter where. Let's just say it's this one here. Okay. Let's see if I can get it inside of here. Better yet, we'll do it for maps because that's what everybody asks about. So if I go to maps and I click the share button, right? See how this link is? This is a dynamic link. All right. Now I know this because I've tested this before. Now, depending on the session will determine if it changes or not. Now watch, if I copy this, I bring this up, I bring this here, 9A7. Now, sometimes this will trick you, right? Because I've talked to business owners and they're like, oh, the link didn't change because you're in the same session. You see, if I just go up here and go like this and refresh and click share, it may or may not. Sometimes it'll change, sometimes it won't. Let's see if it did. I think it might have. It did this time. All right. That's a dynamic link. It's supposed to change. But sometimes you'll click refresh, or maybe you'll click this button right here and hit the share and it won't change. But again, it did. So this proves it out even better because sometimes it doesn't change, but this is a dynamic link. Now, back to what we're talking about. What we're talking about is, hey, should I be building a link to my maps listing? For sure. You know, Google, but it has to be a static link, not dynamic. The link I just shared with you is dynamic, meaning it changes. Now, the reason why we want to use static is because Google is a site just like yours. Now, the URL that you want to utilize being static is the one that Google has. See this link that's up here? Now, you can shorten this up, okay? We'll go back to this example here. These are dynamic. This URL here is your URL on Google. See, this is google.com. Google has a site like yours. When you build links to your pages, external links in, what happens? You get a lift. Now, why is that? Because there's external votes saying that this page is important. Now imagine, Google's site is just like yours. Now, if you build links to your page on Google, does this showcase that your page is more important? Of course it does. So if you're going to build links, build them to a static link and build them to the link that is yours. Now, I want to point this out. See this stuff here? You can trim this up and make it shorter. If you want to use a redirect, I would not recommend this to make it shorter. Nobody is going to see your URL. Use the URL that Google gives you that's on Google's site. this static URL right here. The stuff that's at the end here will showcase this stuff over here. Don't worry about it. You can trim it up, but don't worry about it. Trust me, it makes no difference at all. Okay. What we care about is getting a link to this page right here. Okay. Now I could share with you how to trim it up, but don't get confused. Just do what's easy for you. It's very simple to go up there, grab that URL and keep it. All right. Now, with that being said, what we talked about today was the utilization of location specific, like directional maps for embeds. We've also talked about static and dynamic links, which links or which embeds to use on location pages, which links to utilize on main pages. And then don't forget, if we're going to have any other embed, I want to point this out too. You go to your main listing. We're just going to use alligator pools as an example. And this embed that's right here, okay, the main one. So let's just say it's alligator pools. This is the name of our business. We go to share, embed map. This is the main embed. All right. This is your main embed of your business. All right. Now there's some other links that are very useful. And also you can utilize these as well if we're going to build links to our listing. All right. I'm just going to cover everything. Embeds, links, static, dynamic. We're covering it all. The other link that's going to be valuable for you if you're going to build links to it is going to be known as your KGM ID. Also includes your knowledge panel ID. Let me share with you how easily it is to get this. Now, I use a tool called Plepper. There's a lot of tools that do the same thing, but Plepper is free. It's easy to use. I'm not associated. It's free. You can check it out for yourself. But if you want to use this, there's a link down here. Look at this. See this KGM ID? Here, I'll go ahead and share it with you. It's this right here. KGM ID. This KGM ID, this is your machine readable ID right here. See this? Perfect. This is yours. This is a great URL to link to. All right. See, what's really great about this is you can also include alligator pools. Here, I'll show you something. Doesn't matter. Just use the KG ID. This will be branded. You can link to this. Plepper is how you can get this. Another one you can use is called your place ID. All right. You can feel free to use these, but only SEOs know about this. All right. So sometimes it might be best to just utilize your link to your actual maps listing. But be careful when gathering these up because you do not want dynamic, you want static. I don't want to put too much out there. I don't want you confused. I want to keep it simple. Use static, not dynamic. Use the embeds that are location specific or giving directional. I hope this is helpful. My name is Chris Palmer with chrispalmer.org. If you have any questions related to local SEO, Google Maps, Google Business Profiles, pretty much anything local, feel free to go ahead and ask in the section below. And I look forward to seeing you in the next video. I'll see you in the next one. Have a great day. Bye-bye. All right. Let's see if you have any questions. Okay. We'll come back over here. We'll go over here. And we will see no questions. Awesome. So if no questions, if that's it, then it's been an absolute